Hi, everybody. Short video on Reporter's Reflection 1.08. So, this is going to be kind of a cool little reflection for you guys to do because you're going to be doing a little comparing and contrasting. So, as always, you can use News You Can Pursue, or you can use whatever other sources you want. Remember, you can use Google, you can go to ABC, NBC, CNN, you can, whatever you want to do to pull some information. So, just remember that you have that flexibility. So, what you're going to do is you are going to choose a story. So, whatever story you want to choose, and you are going to see how that one story, one specific story is covered by two different sources or mediums. So basically, a medium is how something is delivered, right? So it can be delivered by a newspaper, it can be delivered by a video, it can be delivered by online platform, it can be delivered by word of mouth, it can be delivered by a book. So there's a lot of different ways that information can be delivered. So that's what you're looking at. You're going to compare and contrast the same story um, and how it's delivered in two different ways. So, obviously, right now we have election stuff that you can be talking about. You can talk about, anything that's happening in the news. So, when you go to look at whatever it is that you're researching or whatever it is that you want to talk about, that story has to be discussed somewhere else as well. So let's say, for example, Super Bowl or Cleveland Browns or the Bengals beating the Steelers, right? So the Bengals beating the Steelers. That story probably was talked about on ESPN, right? But I bet local news also covered that, and many other websites or many other news outlets probably covered that, right? So what you're going to do is you are going to compare two different sources or two different mediums and how they are delivering the same story or the same type of information, right? So you're going to choose a story that's covered in two different mediums, and you're going to post both of the links if you have them in your document. And then using what you've learned about the unit, you're also going to look at news values, right? So that timeliness, proximity, all of those things. And you're going to see if that's emphasized or de-emphasized in the story you've chosen because of the medium's limitations or capabilities, right? So kind of have to decide, are any of those news values kind of being pushed out? Are they the same? Are they kind of equal? There's not really a difference. And if that's the case, you can say that, right? So you're going to post your findings, and then basically you're going to have both links. So that's what you're going to put in the first thing. And then you're just going to have a brief paragraph about the two stories which identify a news value that is emphasized or de-emphasized because of each medium's limitations or capabilities. And you're going to include comparisons of the two mediums' strengths and weaknesses, right? So let's say maybe we see Twitter told that story about the Bengals beating the Steelers, right? So we see that on Twitter, but then maybe we see it on our local news. What's the difference between those two things? That's kind of what you're looking at, right? Is one stronger somehow than the other? Like, were we able to like see more information or get more information, or was one weaker in some manner? So that's what you're looking for. You're just doing that compare and contrast. Just remember, very brief paragraph doesn't have to be super long. All right, if you have questions, let me know.